What's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about, we'll answer some questions. And I got to congratulate my viewers, my subscribers, and viewers. Y'all have some damn good questions. I don't know. What we used to call it when I was growing up is you must have ate your Wheaties. I don't know if they say it that way now, but y'all have some damn good questions. So I'm gonna answer them in this video. Also, I want to talk about some of uh, the prevailing types of files that we've been working on. Um, it's we I'll just be straightforward with you. Y'all know me. We've been working on a lot of people who have failed for either going out there getting multiple credit cards to take advantage of business opportunities, or getting loans to take business opportunities and they failed. And there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of business opportunities, but there's a problem, is that a lot of these business opportunities are scams. Credit card stacking. We had an individual who followed a well-known YouTuber, uh, did credit card stacking to buy real estate, didn't work out, now stuck with the credit card debt, being sued. They're coming after him. Uh, had uh, a real estate scam. Uh, Someone said they haven't clearly got everything to me about it, but several people have been scammed. And the way that they're doing it is getting people to go out and either get credit cards and doing what's called credit card stacking, actually filling out the stuff for people to get the credit cards so they can get their payments. They're doing loans, and they're like, say for instance, you go and get a loan for 25, I mean for 100,000, they're taking 25% from that loan. Let me tell you that that's not even legitimate. I know people do it, but that's not even legitimate to do something that way, because if you need $100,000 for your business to be in the right position, you need to get $100,000 loan, like $100,000. You don't need any of your money being taken out and given to people. People have approached me about about making loan programs available and stuff like that, and I say I don't. When I find out that that's the way that they do it, I don't want to be involved in it in any way, because I know how it feels to be a business owner, to go out there and to get, if someone was to give you money. I had got a loan early, even though it was only $10,000. My wife and I got it in 1990. It was $10,000, and really that was a trap loan. It wasn't really enough money, and we spent all the money on stuff that we thought you needed for business, like an accountant and all of that stuff, when we should have had just put all of that money into marketing the business, because that's what, when it was all said and done, that's what made it work. And we didn't even have all of the money to be able to utilize for that. And I could just imagine if someone went out there and they got a loan and they didn't even have access to 100% of the money that they borrowed. So be very careful when getting involved with that type of stuff. And don't get me wrong, you have to take risk. If you evaluate the risk fully, if you understand, what you're trying to get in place, how it's going to work, not where you're just buying, getting a loan and you're just buying stuff, because that's what I see people doing. They're buying, 25 and $30,000 and $100,000 coaching programs, but their business is not justifying that. Now I can see if you have a $1 million net income business, yeah, you can get into a 25,000 or $100,000 coaching type program, because those would help you get access to more people, and the more people you get access to, the more resources you get access to. But not when you're just starting out fresh. No, you need to put your money into learning how to market, and it needs to be from someone that is not just sitting there marketing something that's like rehashed. You need to really ask the person, say, demonstrate to me that you know what you're doing. Because there's just so much fake stuff out there with teaching people how to, be in business and how to do all of these types of things. And it's like that person is only making money off of selling people how to do something that they don't really legitimately know how to do. Because if they did, I'm just going to tell you straight up, if they really knew how to do it, they would not tell the secrets of their business. They know how to coach people to do what they're doing, but they do not how to coach a business owner. Like if they went out and they said, okay, here's a repair shop, how to bring customers to that repair shop, they wouldn't know how to do it. They would drop out within a month or two, or that business owner would fire them within a month or two. I have repair shops and business owners with my other company that have advertised with me for 33 years straight, paid my company for 52 weeks a year for 33 years straight. I have a restaurant that's been in my advertising publication for more than 30 years. Just from that family has paid me more than $1 million over that period of time. That's showing that I know business, not just how to teach someone, that I actually know how to do business, that business, the marketing business. So we have a ton of people that are coming to us with these credit card issues. And when I dig down into the files, a lot of them have done this credit card stacking to get into business opportunities and different types of stuff. Um, so now let's get into the question and answers. Um, Someone had a question and it said that they're going through a debt relief program and they were like, well, should I quit? Because they watched my video about what debt relief programs were all about. And I told them that they shouldn't quit as long as they understand what debt relief programs are about, which is debt relief program will not save your credit. Debt relief is not credit repair at the same time. It has nothing to do with credit repair. It has to do with getting out of debt. They're going to take payments. They're going to split your payments, and they're going to say, you're going to keep some money. We're going to take some money. They're going to try to let that build up. And then when your accounts charge off, they're going to approach those creditors for a settlement. Now, say you owe $5,000 and the creditor says, okay, we'll take $2,500. And you've been paying them and you know you have $2,500 in there, even though they don't reveal this to you. But if you had $2,500 in there and the creditor said that they would settle for $2,500, the debt relief company would not settle that account. The reason why is because they would consider that you don't have enough money. Why don't you have enough money? Because they're going to tack on 20 to 25% on top of that settlement. And so what they'll do is they'll usually go out there and they'll try to say you got to get a loan for the other amount. This is just the way that they do it. If you've been in debt relief companies, you can validate what I'm saying. If you're not and you're in a debt relief company and you start to settle, and you haven't built up a lot of money, and they start saying, hey, we can settle this group of accounts, but you need a little bit more money. That's what that little bit more money is to pay their fee. And they do get people to go out there and get a loan. They got this so-called loan company that will loan money at like 30%, and that's how they do it. Now, I'm not saying that that's not bad if it gets you out of your situation, but what I'm saying is that you need to understand what you're signing up for. Also, they will not protect you if you get sued. They cannot stop you from getting sued. And you can get garnished even though you're in that debt relief program. That can happen. Um, we got another person here about they had a question about the statute of limitations currently being sued by a third party. My debt is 5.5 years. I live in California where the statute of limitations is 4 years. The law firm filed a complaint with the court, 2.5 years into the statute of limitations. I disputed the debt. I did not hear from them. Law firm 3 years. For 3 years. A few months ago, the law firm requested a trial date. Can I argue statute of limitations? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They need to put a full affirmative defense. So I'm putting on here, yes, you can argue that, and you still need to respond with a complete affirmative defense. You have to always do that when responding to the court. Someone else said, because of my videos, they were able to get their paycheck garnishment stopped. So what happens now? Do they go after other stuff? No, they don't go after other stuff, because when they see that exemption, unless you have something big that they're able to get, they're not going to usually look any further. They're going to hope that you win the lottery, which I put on there. They're going to hope that you win the lottery, or that your financial situation changes. They have up to 20 years to collect on that. And then that goes into another question that someone had on here, is that they said that they have a situation where the credit card made it impossible for them to pay. I notified them of this verbally, and they sold my debt to a collector. To be clear, I was nearing 6 months with no payments at the time, and the situation had created my account. No payments at the time due to the situation, they had created my account. I don't know, that was kind of unclear. Do I need to take additional consideration or precautions when dealing with the debt collector, given that I believe the original creditor was in breach? Yes, you always need to take precautions. Additional, no, you should take the same precautions. Now, if they had a judgment against you, yes, but when dealing with the debt collector, you can make them prove the entire claim, not just with some statements. You want to have them prove the entire amount that they're claiming that you owe. Also, make them prove the chain of custody from the original creditor to them, all the documents to prove that that was done appropriately. That includes a privacy statement with your name, and then that with your regarding your dispute, you need to notify them that you had an open dispute with the original creditor for breach of contract. This could have been sold in bulk. This individual did not state if the if this was a credit card debt or automobile debt. So this account could have been packaged up if it's a credit card account in a bulk sale. I just did a video about Citibank doing that, packaging up debt that was even uh, discharged in bankruptcy and selling it to a debt collector. A lot of that stuff was put in there on accident because they just, put the files together and do that. Someone here said that they couldn't download the free reports that they even donated. It just got to look. When you donate, it's right there on the receipt. Right there on the receipt. Someone here put, and this was on that other, I skipped over that other question. They had a judgment from Chase 2009 to 2012. An assignment is coming after them now for garnishment of wages. Would it help me with a judgment already in place? Can I still request all information from them? Unfortunately, I wrote, unfortunately, if they have a judgment in place, they can collect for up to 20 years. The statute of limitations, they do have to renew. I'm sorry. So they can collect on the judgment for up to 20 years, but they do have to renew it. In my state of Wisconsin, they have 10 years. So if it goes 10 years in one day and they didn't renew the judgment, it's done. It's over with. If they renew it, it'll go for another 10 years. Some states have as low as 6 and 7 years. I've seen it that way. So you need to check with your state, because you said that the judgment was back in 2009 to 2012. You need to be definite. You need to get definite information on that time frame. No guessing. You need to know for sure. Tyrone said he is watching, and I say thank you to Tyrone. Thank you. Someone said that on the pay your bills with 1099A form, quality was poor. The sound was, that was when I was having some issues. I'll put on there, yeah, I was having computer issues. Better sound now on newer. That was an older video. Thanks for watching. Someone someone put on there, zero debt, avoid debt. It's a trap. That was on one of my shorts that I did. Someone said, does every country have a statute of limitation? That must be someone from another country. I don't know the answer to that. All 50 states in the U.S. do. Someone said, good information. Thank you for that. So let's see here. So, but I gotta give it to y'all. I think now I'm kind of honing in on the audience that I want, and I think that this is the audience that wants me, because I've kind of seen some sporadic uh, video views, and I think just to let you know what it's going to be about here is realness and stuff that has either been tested in a court or tested with the bureaus or tested with if it's any legal entity or any company that we have to deal with. This is stuff that's really being done, and we're going to talk about stuff that is out there with either class action lawsuits, cases, but we're going to talk about it in a manner that will be able to help you with resolving your outstanding credit and debt issues. Someone put here, it says, for how are they able to find bank accounts? What did they? It's really an easy way that they can find bank accounts because they can put out a search uh, for the account. If you are working anywhere, let me tell you a little insider secret insider uh, situation, or I don't know what word to use, but insider information that uh, happens between companies. So a lot of people don't notice that whenever you go and you're employed, you're automatically put into your state system database. They call it workforce development year. And when you are placed in there and you have direct deposit with your banking or whatever you have, when if any issue comes up with a judgment, what they'll do is they'll send that document to your employer, and they can either try to compel your employer to garnish your wages or to give them information. Now, most employers, and I wouldn't, I never give my employees bank accounts for any of my companies. They'll have to drag me down the court to do that. I do give them everything to contact them and to talk to them. And if it's a garnishment that is court ordered, I will garnish, but I'm not going to give them their bank account information. But but what the data providers like TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, this is what they do, and also check systems, the service that banks use to open up accounts, is that those companies allow memberships, and what people will do, or not people, what debt collectors will do, or creditors that are trying to figure out where your money is that they will go and they're members of those types of services, and then they will be able to find out where your bank account is, open bank accounts, and then from that information, they will get a writ of garnishment and they will take that directly to the bank, and the bank has no option other than to give the money to them, whatever is deposited. If you have 5,000 in there and they have a writ of garnishment for 5,000, they're going to take all of that money out of there. If Even though that's technically not legal, that they can't do that unless it's a business. But if it's your personal account, there are limits, but they're going to take it all and they're going to make you fight to make them put money back in there for the limits. So keep that in mind. So they will do that, but that is how they find out. They will either deal with a business, and as a matter of fact, Someone just wrote in live chat last night, and they said that they're being garnished, and it seems that everything that their job is doing is to uh, help the company out that is garnishing her. So there are some employers that, you know, whatever their HR, maybe it's because I'm more connected to my employees. There's some HRs that, employees just in and out, paperwork shuffle, they don't get to know anybody. But that will, get information out if requested. They just think that they have to do it. Um, someone put on here about what about shame on you? I don't know what that is. Um, let's see here, another question we got. Someone just kept putting a lot of questions. Okay, here we go. Question: how about banks? This is okay for auto repossess, or for they said fine an RV to repossess if it's being driven around the country. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I do have an RV, but no one is looking to repossess. But just, I remember that TV show. Remember the TV show, Airplane Repo and the Boat Repo show. Uh, Here's the thing. Depending on the year and make and model of your RV, it could be worth a lot of money to the lender, and they could believe that they could make a good amount of their money back on the loan if they were to get it and to resell it. So there are bounty hunters that are out there, and they won't pay them any money until they go and get the RV, or like that airplane repo. They didn't get paid until they got it. So these people are, like bounty hunters. They're gonna go out there, risk themselves and risk their own time and money. They're gonna utilize the tracing systems. They're gonna utilize any type of, they're gonna try to hunt down the person by family members. They're gonna and investigate. That's why they call it investigations. When you investigate, you're hunting, and you're hunting down to try to find assets and stuff and people. There are people out there that do it, and some of them are pretty damn good at doing it. So it's, if a person is running around in the RV, at some point they're going to have to get it uh, re-registered, and maybe there's going to be a tracking on where the registration was, what was the transaction came from, all types of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think that it would be difficult to find somebody if they don't want to be found, and that could happen with anything, even with a car. But I would hate to be at a gas station pumping it up, and they come up with that big rig to and say, "We finally found you." Or somebody, they gave a reward to a family member, and that family member said, "Hey, they're traveling here." Don't it when people are struggling, don't ever put it out of the realm of someone telling where something is to be able to get a reward. We've seen it all the time with people, that were family members, and they told on a relative, and so it's not something that's not out of that can't happen. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here. If you need help with your credit, please visit thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, what makes us different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website, your3scores.com. Got your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports, and all three scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, grab my 3-pack of letters: statute of limitations, cease and desist, and debt validation letter. I do ask for a donation on those. If you uh, want to give a donation, please do. It helps me monetize my time making the videos, and those 3 letters have saved people time, money, and frustration. I mean, You know, it's really worth it. It's really worth it if you do that. But you don't have to do a donation. You don't have to do a donation. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of the CreditRepairShop.com.